Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome in if this is your first time being here. This is Empowered Gems Tarot. My name is Melissa. This channel used to be called Tarot by Melissa, so if you've been looking for me under that name, you're in the right place. Today's video is going to be a pick a card all about the next big change to your career. So we'll get some insight into what type of change might be headed your way. Maybe it's a new job, maybe it's something else. Really just looking into kind of the next big significant energy hitting your career, coming up here in the future, and any insight or info that you need to know about that change. Remember that this is a general collective reading on YouTube, so the messages may vary with how specifically they're going to resonate with each viewer out there. As a best practice, when you are viewing these types of readings, because they are out there for the whole collective to view, sometimes things may not resonate if it feels confusing or if it feels like it doesn't really align with what you know your situation to be. Those are typically indications that the message is not for you. So you just want to release that, let that go, and allow that message to resonate for someone else out there in the collective who it's for. If you did want to book a personal reading, those are usually a little bit better at getting you more specific guidance on your own personal energy. The link to my website is in the description box down below, and I do offer a career and professional life reading if that is a topic that you need some support with. All right, so with that being said, now we'll go ahead and select your reading. So for today's pick a card, we have a choice between 3 different readings that you can pick from. If you're drawn to group number 1 or reading number 1, we'll be working with the Magickal Dogs Tarot and this little scolecite crystal. If you are drawn to reading number 2, we'll be working with the Stained Glass Tarot and this Bumblebee Jasper. And if you're drawn to reading number 3, we'll be working with the Treasure Trove Tarot by Mystic Moon Oracles and this Malachite crystal. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about your career and the next big change headed your way. Go ahead and select the crystal or the deck that you're feeling the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamps that will skip you ahead to your chosen reading. See you there. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. So today we're going to be looking into the next big change coming through for you in your career. Remember, this is a general collective reading on YouTube, so messages may not super specifically apply to every single viewer out there. So as a best practice, if it doesn't apply, just let it fly. Don't take it personal. Okay, so let's jump in. Group 1, we are going to start with this career and life oracle deck to get some insight into what these changes are. So Spirit, what is the next big change coming through for my group 1 viewers as it pertains to their career? What is next? All right, we've got ups and downs. Your work has potential for both advancement and stagnation. See if there's hope, but allow yourself to move on if needed. Let's get another one. You also have wish come true. Your wish is being granted, but it may not come in the way you expected. No worries. It is just what you needed. Okay. So this is kind of saying that the next big change coming through for this group is something you want because the wish is being granted, right? But I do think that there is something about it that isn't going to fully, it's not going to fully look the way that you thought that it would look or how you wanted it to look. But Spirit is saying it's just what you needed. So that could be part of the ups and downs with this. Like maybe initially it's exciting, but it's also like, it's not exactly what I envisioned for myself. I also think that whatever this change is that's coming through for you with ups and downs, like especially because we have Frozen, which is giving me the energy of like a hiring freeze or not a lot going on, it kind of makes me feel like there's going to be times where it's busier than others, which may not ultimately be that bad, right? Because when it's busy, it'll be busy, but when it's slow, you kind of have that time to recuperate. But I think that's part of what's happening here. Let's keep going for group 1. Career changes. What is this career change coming through for group number 1, please, Spirit? What is this about? Regardless, Spirit is saying you're getting something that you actually need. And I do think with it being a wish come true, it's something like that's in line with your goals or your values. All right, so we've got the Hermit. What's next for group 1 in career, please, Spirit? We've got the Hanged Man or the Seer with this deck. We also have the 9 of Cups. That's cute. Okay. We have the Trickster, the Devil here at the bottom of the deck. All right. Some of you guys could work for like a corporation. Sometimes that's what I get with the Devil in career readings, which is kind of interesting, right? Because the corporations are like, I think the Devil just kind of comes through when we're in a situation where it's either excessive or we're sitting in a comfortable place. We're like allowing the comforts of things, the money, the pay, that type of stuff to kind of keep us stuck or stagnant in a way. Even though we can probably do better. The other thing that I get with the Devil sometimes in these career readings is that this can be indicative of a situation that might not be fully aligned with your values. With this being the Trickster, it's kind of giving me a little mischievous energy. Like maybe something about this is not quite what you expected, or maybe there's somebody involved here behind the scenes that's got kind of a tricky energy. We'll see as the reading plays out. But it's interesting, you guys, because it almost to me looks like the next big change that's coming through for you is a break. With the Hermit and the Seer being here, this is definitely an indication of things really slowing down when it comes to work. You guys could be in a role where you work from home, or maybe you're spending more time in isolation as it pertains to the work that you're doing. It could just be a time in your line of work where things are not that busy. And because it's not that busy with the Hanged Man being here, this pause is allowing you the opportunity to shift perspective of something, to get clarity on something. Sometimes the universe throws us that for a reason, right? Like they kind of force us into isolation or a place of where things are kind of feeling stagnant. But through that stagnation, there's some sort of realization that you guys are getting here. And the 9 of Cups is really interesting, right? Because this is literally the wish fulfillment card. Maybe for you, my viewer, this period of slowness or slowing down is what you needed, even though it doesn't feel like it's what you ultimately wanted. Like maybe some of you guys get to take a vacation that you haven't gotten to take in a while, or you're going somewhere. Like this energy of this card is so beautiful, right? Maybe some of you guys get to travel or go to the beach or something. I don't know. But there's something here that is slowing things down for you in your career, but ultimately leading to some wish being fulfilled. Okay, so let's keep going. Group 1. What else can you tell us, Spirit, about what is next in career for group number 1? Next big career change. We have the storm warning. Okay, let's get another one. We also have the woman holding a heart coming through. The other thing that I would say to you guys is that something that could be, this is interesting. I think something that might be good to do during this time period that we're tapping into is to work on networking, right? Like, because I think with this Hermit and this Hanged Man and the 9 of Cups, there's a tendency here to kind of just be like, okay, I'm not doing any work, so I'm just going to do whatever I want, or it's like a lazy energy sometimes with the Nine of Cups. Not saying you guys are lazy, but sometimes that card can be when we're just being a little bit lazy. If that resonates with you, I think utilizing this time, shifting your perspective of like, ugh, I'm bored or nothing's going on, like utilizing this time to network and build your connections, as well as maybe educate, take a class or something to upskill yourself, could be a good way to use this time. And maybe that's part of the shift that you're moving into as well with the Hermit and the Seer. It's like, okay, how am I going to use this time wisely to my advantage here? We do have the storm warning. We did have this energy of a hiring freeze here. So the storm warning can kind of talk about red flags, right? It definitely feels like there is something about this period of pause for this group that feels a little unsettling for some of you. Like this could be indicative of like rumblings of something more pervasive to come. You know, especially when we have a hiring freeze, sometimes this can indicate things like layoffs and, you know, sometimes it can mean like, you know, we're not backfilling positions for a while in our company, things like that. So just bear that in mind. There could be a red flag that Spirit is showing you here through this period of downtime that you're moving into. But there is this woman holding a heart. So for a lot of you guys, I kind of feel like this is somebody who's advocating for you, someone that's in your corner. This is someone who's very compassionate, someone who's very loving. I think this is someone who has positive intention toward you. Maybe they're connected to this, right? Maybe they have a little sneaky side to them. But I think there's someone here that's advocating for you. And if that's the case, I think they're helping you to be safe from anything coming, or they're helping you to get this wish fulfilled that you're looking to get. Now, for others of you, this could just be your energy with the woman holding a heart, where it's like you during this period of pause are using the time to really figure out what it is that you love, what it is that you want out of your career, and how you can make your career goals come to light. So it's interesting, group one, because it's like this reading, it's very much like a period of inactivity, but it's allowing you the opportunity to kind of invent yourself, I feel, if you want to. It's like through the stagnation comes a shift in perspective, or a shift in how we're expending our energy. Okay, so let's keep going. What else can you tell us, Spirit, for group one? What's next in career for group one? Next big change. We do have achievement. You've done the work. You'll be seeing the fruits of your labor flourish right before your eyes. So there's that 9 of Cups coming through. Another number 9 embodies lessons learned through other numbers, wisdom. So interesting. Yeah, it's like this is a time that you guys are using this time period wisely. I don't think you're being lazy, okay? And there's something here that Spirit is saying you're like something you've done is helping you. Okay, we also have the 5th house, Leo sun, how you encourage others through self-expression. So yeah, some of you guys could be doing work that's like more public facing with the sun and Leo being here. Some of you guys could be in roles where or moving into a role where you're like motivating other people, helping to like drive results, helping to like the card says, encourage and uplift others through self-expression. So I think that this change is allowing you to really be the best version of yourself with this woman holding a heart, the most authentic version of yourself. And that's why it feels so good with this 9 of Cups being here. But there's also something that you're doing through your work that's allowing others to express themselves authentically, that's motivating other people. 5th house can also be creativity as well. So there could be like something creative that's connected to this work. Okay, let's keep going. What else, Spirit, for group one? Tell us more about this pivot, this shift, this big change that they are experiencing in their career next. All right, we've got the Mystic Circle. Your abilities will be enhanced. Yeah, there's some sort of like education or something something you're getting, something that you're doing that is enhancing your abilities and your skills for the future. Let's see. We also have the Sphinx. Choose your words carefully. Okay, that's interesting. We also have following your intuition with the seer being here. Okay, so choose your words carefully. That's kind of an interesting message. So there's something about the spoken word, something about the way you are interacting with other people. Maybe this is also just within your networking and your professional relationships. Spirit is kind of guiding you to be very mindful about what you say and how you say it. It's like kind of going back to this devil energy. There is something about this where I think you guys have to be a little bit on your toes, whether it's just like the energy of the situation or it's a person in your corner here. It's almost like saying be careful what you're tying yourself to through your words, your spoken word. Okay. Let's get a couple of these coffee cup oracles to close us out. What else, Spirit, for group 1? Tell us more about this change in group 1's career, please, Spirit. The other thing that I'm getting with the storm warning, you guys, is that this can also be talking about more external factors outside of like societal factors, socio-political factors, economic factors. Like, I'm wondering if that is the case for some of you guys with the work that you do too. I feel like that is coming through. Okay. All right. So we've got the scales of justice, documents. So there could be a contract involved here for some of you, or something that you're committing to. You're committing to this new opportunity. You're committing to something, maybe signing something. We also have the Dove, peace and serenity. This is beautiful, you guys. Definitely a period of peace coming through. Like, it does not feel like you guys have anything to worry about necessarily. I think it's just about using your time wisely. Okay. Yeah, because look, we do also have the shark coming through. This says survival and power. So there's definitely an air of like tension here, or competition, or like something is going on in your surroundings that you're going to kind of have to stay on your toes with, like what you say and what you're committing yourself to here. But it feels like you guys are weathering whatever the storm is quite effortlessly, really. I mean, I think that you're networking with the right people is leading you up to this. I think educating yourself is leading you up to this as well. And ultimately, Spirit is saying the next change that's coming in for you is wish fulfillment. It's an opportunity to do the type of work that you love, that brings you a lot of fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, and you are moving into a time of peace through this new commitment that you're undertaking here. So this is really interesting, group 1. Let me know in the comments kind of what you do for work and what you feel this reading is predicting out for you. And thank you guys so much for being here. I hope to see you in the next reading soon. Bye. Hey, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. If you guys selected the Stained Glass Tarot and the Bumblebee Jasper, this is going to be your message. And today we're looking into massive changes in your career. What's the next big shift coming through for you? So remember that this is a general collective reading on YouTube. Some messages may not specifically resonate with every person out there. Just have to say that as a disclaimer. If it doesn't apply, let it fly, okay? So let's jump in, group number 2, and see what change is coming through for you in your career and then your future here. Okay, group 2. Changes in your career. What is happening? We have flexibility coming through. And then we've got illumination as well. We do have success here at the bottom of the deck. So you'll need to see in the dark to maneuver the coming changes. While it seems extreme, just hang in there. This too shall pass. Something hidden is coming to light now. You find out about new jobs, opportunities, and options. Someone lends you a helping hand. Okay. So the big change coming through for you guys seems to be twofold. There's a need here to be flexible and to be able to manage ambiguity, because I think you're about to come into a time where things may not initially be super clear for you. However, Spirit is saying, like, as you navigate through the changes, it doesn't feel like it's going to be ambiguous for that long, right? Because literally we have this card talking about seeing in the dark, and then we have illumination like right next to it. So I feel like there may be a brief period of ambiguity where things might not be totally clear, but very shortly following that, what's hidden is going to be illuminated. And it almost looks like there are new opportunities coming through as a result of whatever circumstances you successfully maneuver. Okay, so let's keep going. Group number 2. What else, Spirit, can you tell us about group number 2 and this next big shift for them in their career? What is next for group number 2 in their career? Okay, so we've got the 8 of Swords. I definitely see you guys feeling a little bit awkward, a little uncomfortable in this change. We have the 7 of Wands. Let's see. And then we've also got the 4 of Cups and the Ace of Cups coming through as well with the 9 of Swords. Okay, so whatever is going on, I do think that, you guys are feeling a little bit anxious about it. I'm not going to lie. With that 9 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And I definitely feel with the 8 of Swords, like, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I don't really think the circumstances are going to feel all that ideal. I think this is going to be one of those things where you're like, why is this happening to me? It feels like precarious. It's like a lot of anxiousness. It feels like during this time of this period of darkness, it just kind of feels like the way forward is super unclear. And it just feels a bit disempowering for you, I think, initially. But we have the 7 of Wands here, which this card is talking about continuing to push, continuing to move forward, continuing to stand your ground. And that's what this flexibility card is saying. It's saying, just hang in there. This too shall pass. So I think with the 7 of Wands, whatever is going on here, you guys are going to continue to advocate for yourself. You're going to continue to push forward. You're continuing to like navigate this ambiguous period with confidence. That's what's needed, right? And you might not feel super confident with the 8 of Swords, but that's what's coming through here. And it almost looks to me like he's climbing a mountain, right? Which climbing a mountain is challenging, but it's like once you get to the top of that mountain, therein lies an opportunity for you. And I do kind of see that coming through here with this 4 of Cups and Ace of Cups. Now, it's interesting, right? Because the Ace of Cups in a career context would be talking about something that would bring emotional fulfillment to your career. It might be something that allows you to be more creative. It's something that allows you maybe even to be more spiritual. It just kind of depends on what line of work that you're in. But there's something with this 4 of Cups about it that I think maybe you guys have like multiple options here, and you're weighing the options and deciding which one is the most fulfilling to you with the Ace. The 4 of Cups is interesting though, you guys, because 4 of Cups oftentimes can talk about like being dissatisfied with all of the options. So I would just look out for that. You know, it's possible that there's a possibility here, Spirit is saying, that you could miss an opportunity if you're being too picky. Because there is something here with this Ace of Cups that would actually bring you a lot of fulfillment. And it just might not look exactly how you would expect. So let's kind of keep going and see what else this is talking about. Okay. Tell us more, Spirit, about what's next in career for group number 2. See? Yep, both of these are coming through. So we have the temple path, we have door to personal healing and happiness, and then we do also have the door to romance at the bottom of the deck. See, what I'm kind of feeling is that maybe some of you guys don't like the options because they're not bringing you more money necessarily. But Spirit is saying that these options have the ability to provide you with more positive changes in your personal life. So that's exactly what the door to personal healing and happiness talks about. It's about opportunities that are going to allow us more personal balance, right? So in a career context, this could look like, for some people, maybe getting to work from home or getting to work on a hybrid schedule, or maybe for some of you guys that like to travel, you get to go out and about a little bit more. Like there's just something connected to this change that it's bringing you more balance, more personal balance, and the opportunity for more emotional fulfillment with your work, but also to build emotional connections with people around you. I think that, and it's door to romance is like there's work that you love that attached to this. I just think that initially you might pass it up, or you might want to pass it up because the money might not be exactly what you're looking for right off the bat. I kind of feel for a lot of you guys like there's 2 options in particular, because we have the 4 cups here, but in this card he's looking at 2 of them and kind of comparing the choices, and that's what I kind of think is going to happen for this group. 2 choices, and you're trying to figure out which one is going to be the most fulfilling for you. The temple path is really beautiful as well, because this also connects this to something spiritual. So again, some of you guys could be in spiritual work or doing something creative, but the temple path is sort of like when we are being guided and supported by our ancestors, our spirit guides, our angels. Some of you guys might be seeing, like little orbs like we have here in this card. Some of you could be connecting with your ancestors and being guided by them at this time. But essentially the temple path is saying that this is all a part of the process for you. This is all a part of your journey in your career, okay? Greater lessons being learned. So let's continue. Group 2, what else does group 2 need to know about these upcoming changes in their career? Got to keep in mind too, guys, like we are really in unprecedented times right now when it comes to business and career stuff. Things are changing in the landscape. So it's interesting because group 1 had a different message, but they also sort of had a challenge, like a pain point. And I'm wondering if that's going to be kind of a collective theme in this reading for everybody. All right, so we've got the sacral chakra. So this is going to talk about creativity, which makes sense. It also sacral energy is more flowy, like flexible, right? Going with the flow. Maybe that's something that you guys have been wanting, is to have a bit more flexibility and autonomy in your day-to-day. I feel like that's coming through with this. But you're going to have to be flexible through the unknown first. Okay. We've got the 8th house, Scorpio Pluto, how you affiliate with others, how you cope through transitions, ancestral inheritance. There could literally be inheritance energy coming through for some of you, but and the connection to your ancestors is coming through with that. It's also, how you cope through transitions. I think that's part of the lesson here is learning to be comfortable with being uncomfortable for a period of time. And then we also have dig deeper. Spirit is sending hints through abstract thoughts and actions. Ask questions within the question. Yeah, that's really interesting, you guys, because with that 4 of Cups, this is sort of when we dismiss something because on the surface, it doesn't look like what we think it should look like, or maybe we just don't even recognize it because we're just not energetically aligned to it yet. So there's definitely something deeper that you're going to be needing to probe into with these opportunities when they arise for you. But Spirit is saying the path you're on will bring you success and prosperity if you just keep going. Lots of little steps take you a long way, and that you're on track. And that's the key with the temple path. It's like this is just one step on the path of your career, right? And it seems like there's a lesson here around personal balance and personal happiness and emotional fulfillment and connection to your work. And so when we come back to this Four of Cups with that financial constraints energy here, it's like taking a step forward in the right direction. It doesn't always mean that we're at the destination we want to be yet, right? Sometimes we have to take little steps along the way in order to get to where we ultimately want to be. So I feel like that's kind of what this change is for you guys. It's like getting you a step closer to what you want to do, even if it doesn't check off every box. Eighth house energy too, you guys, can talk about like other people's money. So think of things like sales, commission checks, like inheritances, even like severance agreements. I'm not seeing that necessarily, but taxes, like all those things can be connected. Shared resources are connected to this with the eighth house for some of you. Okay. So let's continue group 2. What else can we learn about their career change here? We have hindrance. This fate has blocked this path for you. That's so interesting. Yeah, it's like something that you wanted is being blocked, but it's for your own good. It's for your highest good. We also have the key. Locked doors can now be opened. That's really interesting. So maybe for some of you guys, this is like an opportunity that you had wanted before that didn't work out for some reason. And now an opportunity is coming back around. Maybe the same opportunity is coming back around and opening back up for you. Maybe for some of you guys, one opportunity, like a door closed, but it's leading to a new door opening up for you. So maybe that's where the Four of Cups is coming into play as well. Like something about it might not look exactly like how you want it, or maybe there's frustration because you wanted it before and it wasn't given to you or something like that. Let's see. But yeah, at the end of this period of ambiguity comes more opportunity for you. So let's close it out with a few of these coffee cup oracles for you, group 2. All right, we've got the peacock, pregnancy, and wealth. So that's interesting with the 8th house. So there could be something here about wealth, like other people's money that is significant. Pregnancy, maybe some of you guys, this is about like the balance of, balancing pregnancy or children with work. Pregnancy in a career context can also talk about giving birth to an idea, giving birth to something creative, something new. Okay. We have the groom, husband, and marriage. So a new contract, maybe some of you guys are signing. Because marriage is contracts. We also have the old man, inheritance. That's so interesting. Wow. Endings that lead to new beginnings. Some of you guys, I feel like because there's a lot of personal stuff here. So it really is making me feel like something with your personal life is changing that could be leading to some different dynamics in your career. Maybe somebody here is getting married or having a baby. Maybe somebody here has a spouse that they also have to consider with the work that they're doing. Maybe your spouse's work is tied into this too. There's also an old man energy here, which talks about inheritance. This talks about inheritance. There could be something about like family money that is significant as well, family businesses for some of you. But with like the groom, the pregnancy, and the old man being here with all of these cups, it definitely feels to me like a lot of my group 2 viewers are moving into a period where you're going to have more opportunity to connect with the people that you love. You're going to have more balance with the work that you do, and then your family and your relationships here. So it looks really interesting, group 2. I'm definitely curious to hear from you, like what's been happening in your career and what you feel like this reading is touching on for you in the future with regard to changes. So let me know in the comments. If you guys do want to continue to support my work, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated whenever I post the next reading. And I will see you then. Bye. Hey, group 3, and welcome to your reading. So today we're going to be looking into the next big change coming through for you in your career. You guys selected the Treasure Trove Tarot and this malachite crystal. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what's ahead for you. Now, remember, this is a general collective reading on YouTube, so the messages may not resonate with every single viewer out there super specifically. As a best practice, if anything that I share feels confusing or doesn't really feel like it applies to your situation, those are indications that it's not your message. You just want to release that and let that go. Respect that that message was for someone else out there in the collective. Okay? So, group 3, let's take a look and see what is next for you in career, the next big change headed your way. Okay, so we've got beginning. It's a good time to start a new job or a whole new career. You have creative ideas that get noticed, build a nest egg for the future. We do also have frozen. There may be a hiring freeze or no new work now. Being aloof can leave you out in the cold. A warm follow-up gets you in the door. Okay. We do have expression at the bottom of the deck. You need work that lets you express your creative self. You could do well at writing, blogging, or career in communication. Okay. So definitely there's a theme here about like creative ideas being a part of this change, group 3. It feels like you guys are starting something just brand new. Maybe something that does allow you to be more creative at work, or something that feels a little bit more exciting for you to be a part of, something where you can express yourself a bit more through writing or just verbal. It feels like this is coming out of like a period where there's just not a lot going on, right? So this literally talks about like hiring freezes. I feel like this is a theme out there in the collective because this card did come up in group 1 as well. So maybe those messages would be connected. We'll see. If you were drawn to group 1, I would say go ahead and watch it because there could be a message there for you. But if it's not a specific hiring freeze, I think that whatever you're currently doing leading up to this point, you're just feeling bored or feeling like there's just not a lot going on. And so I think you networking and connecting with the right people and sharing your ideas is leading to something new for you, which is very exciting. Okay, so let's continue, group 3. What is next in career? What is the next big change coming through for my group 3 viewers when it comes to their career? Ooh, we have the 6 of Wands. Yeah, you're getting some sort of recognition, some sort of accolades. I'm hearing you're special. So something about you is really standing out during this time to the right people. Okay. Okay, I guess the Page of Wands wants to come out too. So we're going to take that as well. One more, please, Spirit. And we also have Temperance coming through with the 8 of Wands. So lots of quick change, I think. I think that this change is going to come in pretty quickly for you. This could involve travel for some of you, or just like some news of the change coming through really quickly. We also have the Empress energy being here as well. So there could be like a feminine, like maybe you're stepping into like a more feminine leadership position. What I mean by that is a feminine, it's like more of a supportive, nurturing energy. You don't have to necessarily be a woman or identify as feminine to embrace this type of leadership. It's just the type of person that wants to make sure that their direct reports or the people around them feel taken care of and supported in the right way to do their work. But this could also be somebody who is a feminine like leader that's advocating for you. And yeah, there's like a new opportunity that they're bringing here. So this feels like really positive change, group 3. There is a new position here, something creative, something that feels exciting, reinvigorating, that's like breathing life into your career, something that's helping you feel very successful. But there is, with the Temperance card, it's interesting, right? Because we have all this fast-paced energy of the wands. there is sort of this energy of like moderation and like as this card says, cooperation being needed as well. So I think that with this change, there is still kind of like moderation. So even though it's coming through really quickly, patience will be required, and you might not be like fully diving into it right away. Like it's kind of giving me the energy. We've got like the earth and the water elements being represented here. It's giving me the energy of like having one foot in one and one foot in the other, and like gradually like mixing together, or gradually like transitioning out of the frozen thing into the new thing. Hopefully that makes sense. My analogies here. So let's keep going, group 3, and see what other info is coming through for you. So Spirit, what else can you tell us about this new change in career for group number 3? We have anxiety. Okay, so there's some overthinking here. Let's see, one more. We also have healer of the ages coming through. And we also have the root chakra. I'm wondering if you guys feel a little bit anxious because it is like a change in your stability. It's like a change in what you have typically done up until this point. I don't feel like you guys have anything to worry about because the 6 of Wands is showing me like very positive recognition at work. Like you're viewed very well. Maybe some of you guys are worried about how you're viewed, or just maybe there's just a little bit of fear of the unknown with this that I see. Healer of the ages though is beautiful too because it's kind of similar in my view to Temperance, where it's like we are just kind of slowly transitioning into this and taking our time. And healer of the ages too, you guys, there could be an element of the work that you're doing that has a healing component to it. So maybe for some of you, this is like connected to the medical field or the spiritual realm, or, you know, something where you're coming in and fixing things that need to be healed, right? Within the organization or the workspace that you are in. I think whatever you're doing as well will be very healing for you, my viewer, because this card kind of talks about like us recovering from something, right? So maybe some of my group 3 viewers, you have had issues with your health or just issues with your mental health as it pertains to your work. I think that a lot of that is going to be getting better through this change that you are moving through. Okay, so let's keep going. What else, Spirit, for group 3? What else? Yeah, relaxed atmosphere. So even though there's like a lot of activity here, I feel like it's not throwing you super off balance. The atmosphere, the vibe is still chill, you know? We have the number 7, shares the spiritual concept of oneness and disorder, subconscious psyche. There's something about like this anxiety that's like all in your head. I want you guys to know. Well, literally, right? Anxiety is that at times. I just think that there just could be some stuff subconsciously that's coming up for you that is like triggering, or that you feel worried about. But it's like with Neptune being here, Spirit is saying it's an illusion. We have beyond the mask. The act is no longer working. True colors are showing. Clarity of character. Okay. Maybe a lot of you guys are starting to get more comfortable or confident just being yourself, being authentic at work with expressing yourself. We also have healing, and we have don't give up. This process requires patience. Do not disturb. These obstacles are only testing your strength. Take a step back and organize your approach. Okay. Yeah. So there is something that's getting better. There is something that is being healed with regard to your situation at work. And there is an energy of persistence here. Spirit is saying with a more organized approach, you will be able to overcome any obstacles. And I think a lot of this has to do with moderation and just being mindful of how you're balancing things out. So for a lot of you guys, like maybe you put a lot of pressure on yourself with regard to like the work that you do or the way that you come across. Like I know, especially for those of us that are in, well, really any setting, but especially if you're in like a corporate setting, sometimes there is like a certain way that we feel that we're expected to show up, the way that we're expected to perform. We may have to switch up the way that we present ourselves or feel pressure to do that. And so I think that you guys are starting to get more clear about who you are and how you want to show up at work, while also advocating for yourself and advocating for a little bit better balance here. Okay, let's keep going. What else can you tell us, Spirit, for group 3? We have the dragon, strength and wisdom. And then we also have the spirit, unseen forces watch over you. It's so beautiful. We also have hindrance. Fate has blocked this path for you. So maybe some of you guys have been stressing out over this frozen energy, like maybe something that you thought you wanted didn't work out for you. But I feel like spirit is saying like that you're being like protected from things right now that are not in your highest good to be a part of. There is something here, I think, around you guys putting pressure on yourself to succeed. Maybe there's a project that you guys have been working on or something that you finished that was like really taxing on you, or there was a lot of fear around like not being successful. There's a lot of like supportive and reassuring messages here from spirit around like continuing to persist, not giving up. Understanding that any obstacles thrown on your path during this time are only helping your growth, right? In the moment, it doesn't feel like that because it's really hard. But you're growing and learning through these changes, through these challenges. Okay. Also, there's someone here, telepathy. Your thoughts about them aren't just thoughts, they're answers. So I think there is somebody here for some of you guys that you work with where like their mask is being revealed as well. And you're getting messages about this person from spirit. We do also have working through the triggers. It's a personal problem. Self-analysis will help free you from the projection, right? Some of you guys, I think, are projecting onto this person. You know, and maybe that's where this anxiety is coming from. There's an opportunity, spirit is saying, for you to heal through this shift, this change in your career. I'm not seeing who the person is super clearly in this energy, but I think a lot of you will know. If somebody is triggering you or pulling up anxiety for you, I think spirit is wanting you to remember, like there's something about it that is you're not seeing clearly with this Neptune energy. And there's a spiritual lesson that you have the opportunity to learn through this person. Okay, let's continue. Just a few more cards for group 3, please, spirit. We have the moose, acceptance, and eccentric. Yeah. So this change is about you being your authentic self at work. However quirky you are. Also accepting yourself, accepting others for who they are. We have the bride, wife, and engagement. So maybe some of you guys are spouses or have a spouse connected to this. Okay, and then we have the old man, inheritance and males. There's an old man connected to this as well. We do have a husband here too. So there's something about a husband and a wife. So maybe some of you guys are married and there's something about your partner that's impacting your career right now, not necessarily in a bad way. Yeah, there's travel energy, moving energy for some of you, which we got here with this 8 of Wands. The old male could be somebody like any of these people that are here, the groom, the bride, the old man, any of these people could be the person where you're starting to get clarity on who they are and also like how you may be projecting onto them. This old man, though, can also talk about inheritances. So there could be something about that that's significant in your career coming up here in the future too, group 3. But this looks really interesting. To me, it looks like you're starting a new job. You're starting something new, something that's going to really breathe like life into your career and feel really exciting and creatively stimulating for you. There just are some triggers that I see you working through, right? And when it comes to career, you can learn a lot of soul lessons through people that you work with. They don't only just happen through romantic partnerships. Having a coworker that's difficult to work with, or a boss, or just someone that triggers you at work. All of those are opportunities for you to learn about yourself. And that's kind of what I see happening here with this change. So comment below, group 3. Let me know what's been happening for you in your career leading up to this point and how you feel like this resonates with you. If you guys do want to continue to support my work, do make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated whenever I post new content. And I do look forward to seeing you in the next one soon. Bye.